Hello, and welcome to Ad-lib Heroes. My name is Joey, and I'm a lifelong game master and storyteller. At our table today is...
Hi, I'm TJ, and I play Kirith Odell.
I'm Riley, I play Grimlock Seasray.
Hi, I'm Bev, and I play Olivia Fortier.
Now let's get back to the story. Olivia, Grimlock, and Kirith were magically kidnapped to the Fey court of the Floating Lilies. The Archduke, Mikus, offered them a pile of treasure to retrieve some magical seeds stolen by trolls, likely servants for Jenny Bagobones.
Ooh.
Kirith's estranged wife, Valenthe, served the court as the Minister of the Prime Material, and she was accompanied by a small half-elven boy named Terrigan. Nalia, the court's Minister of the Arcane, wants to prove the group is heroes as it proves the validity of her magic. The group spent last night sleeping in Nalia's manor with unseen servants catering to their needs, and we are rejoining the game when they are waking up in the morning.
What does morning sound like in the Fey Wild?
So at one point, you hear someone go, "I'm a rooster, get up!" You look out your window and there's a rooster that waves, goes to Grimlock's window. "Hey, I'm a rooster, wake up!"
It's a 6-foot-tall rooster with human hands. Just,
I was absolutely expecting him to flip me off.
or it's just Chicken Boo from the Animaniacs.
Except he's wearing a rooster mask.
Good morning.
He just walks away.
See you later.
Yell in my window and it'll make you into a rotisserie.
Looks at you, walks off.
Okay, I will get on my regular clothes
All right.
and basically be ready to travel before I come out into the main room.
The budgies come back.
This is cozy.
So about an hour after the sun has risen, because the sun does rise here and you can see beyond the window of your room, the water now reflects the night sky during the day. About an hour after that happens, there is a platter that comes into each of your rooms, and when it lifts, there's a little card on it that says, "Please follow me if you would like to come for breakfast."
Disappointing.
Yeah, I follow.
I will also fall.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you get in the hallway, and there's 3 platters heading, and they take you down several twisting hallways. Again, this stone lily is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. And you find yourself in a dining room with a almost comically long dining table. It could sit about 20 people. Valenthe is at one end with Terrigan, the small boy, and Nalia is at the other. And then there is one place set by Valenthe and Terrigan, and 2 places set at the other end of the table by Nalia. And there are covered dishes at each place.
I'll head down towards Nalia.
I'm sticking close to my friends.
Okay, so you go to Nalia, and
I'll walk down to the other place and sit next to Valentine.
okay, so when you sit, the tops of the bowls come off with a flourish. Underneath, there is a bowl of some kind of golden liquid. There is a macaroon next to it with what looks like butter, but you're not certain. And then there is a glass of something clear and sparkling.
I'm gonna smell the gold. Does it smell like anything?
It smells like butterscotch.
Take a big slurp.
Yeah, it's butterscotch pudding for breakfast.
I'll just slowly and politely start to eat.
Yeah, the butter, it has been melded with icing sugar.
It's very sweet breakfast.
The beverage Basically, imagine Sprite.
I'm assuming we have just like general talk with Nalia.
So as you're sitting down, she says, so Kirith and I, you sleep a full 8 hours every night?
Yeah, when I'm slumming it. I like 10 to 12.
How do you get anything done?
Right?
Yeah. He calls from the far end. Right.
Oh, is it like a comically long
Yes.
Comically long. Well, little by little. I'm learning more as I.
Don't you only live to be like 14?
I mean, my great aunt lived to be like 90. That's old. 90 years.
I mean, I'm 75. She looks like she's in her late teens.
Yeah, we definitely age differently.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd think that you'd be fine with sleeping more, but
No, I've never slept.
you don't sleep and you live forever.
Yeah. How do you get anything done?
I guess my bar is lower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know.
So one of the things, if you're going to be fighting trolls, is you need to make sure you can hurt them. And their wounds will heal if you don't use acid or fire on them. So I've prepared this for you. It's firebomb oil. So she hands you each like a little perfume thing. There's 3 doses in each of those. And there's one for Kirith. I'm not going to throw it because it might explode. If you coat it onto a weapon, it'll make it so that the attacks of that weapon will burn. So mechanically, it changes the damage type of a weapon for 1 minute to fire.
Will it?
Go ahead.
Will it harm the weapons?
No. So when you rub it on and then you tap it, so it takes an action to apply. As soon as you tap it, the side touching the weapon stays cool, but the outside is flaming.
Cool.
I pull out my newly acquired crossbow
Yep.
and say, so should I put it here at the firing mechanism or each?
You'd need to put it on each arrow, so it'd probably cover about 5 arrows.
But I have to activate it each time.
Yeah.
I'm almost better than to use this on my rapier if I get close.
That's where I would use it, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'd hit him with. Can you make magic come out of your? They look like a focus. She says as she examines your pan flutes.
Yes, but my studies have remained mostly on not being seen or harming other things. I might be able to just help
Okay.
others.
Do I need to come with you guys?
How many trolls are there?
We've only seen one each time they've come to steal seeds.
Is it the same one?
All trolls look the same to me. Sorry.
Interdimensional racism.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to come with us. I don't consider myself useless, but you seem to be considering me as such. I'm good with my rapier.
Okay.
I wanted to give us the option
Right.
of distance.
Mm.
Because we might, I mean, what do I know? Do I know anything about trolls?
You can roll an Arcana or a nature check, but the most important thing is that they regenerate if they didn't take fire or acid damage in the turn.
I don't know where my front page went. Arcana?
Yeah.
16.
16? So give me half a second here. Sometimes troll regeneration means they end up with the extra limbs or extra heads. They have a very keen sense of smell, and they are fast.
Are they smart?
They are they are not smart, but they are
They're sentient.
they're sentient but not smart.
Yeah. Okay.
They are smarter than ogres.
Okay. All right. Well, we've taken down an ogre, so
Grimlock took down an ogre.
I am their help. I am not worthless, guys. I help.
I didn't say you were.
You wouldn't be here if you were worthless.
Thank you.
My magic wouldn't have allowed it.
Yeah. So then, I mean, you can come if you want to.
I haven't. So I am used to casting in rituals. I haven't done a lot of field work.
I mean, again, we will accept help and the extra knowledge that you might have, but also I don't want to force you into a situation where you're uncomfortable. This has been our task, and
Yeah, but if you fail, then I failed.
yeah, so maybe come and make sure we don't fail.
All right. Well, I'll need a little bit to get ready. Do you need any extra supplies? We can get you some travel breads, and is there anything else you need?
I think I'm okay because I bought a bunch of food.
I mean, we're happy to supply you. Do you prefer Kit Kat or O. Henry or Mr. Big?
No, I think I'm good. Everything is sweet here. Everything
Yes.
that they eat.
Eladrin and Fey eat mostly
Candy.
candy and sugar, and
Does she have good teeth?
because their system is designed for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just try to eat enough to be polite of this breakfast.
Mhm. Meanwhile, Kirith's system can actually handle it.
I'm not eating it though.
Yeah.
I'm just eating my trail ration.
You're eating your trail rations, and the little boy says, "Are you not going to have your oatmeal, your pudding,
Would you like it?
please?"
I shove the whole plate over to him
and
and the weird fizzy citrus drink.
yeah, it's like, no, I've had just I like butterscotch.
Oh, I never got a taste for it.
No, have you never tried it?
I might have a long time ago.
You should have at least a little bit to see if you like it.
And see the inner turmoil in me. I don't want to eat Fey food.
Yeah.
I'll take this a
Yeah.
teaspoon and just. Oh, that's sweet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because you're a wood elf, right?
Yeah.
So you eat mostly meat and bark.
I look at my beef jerky and cracker. Close enough.
I like the sweet stuff, but I also like meat, but we can't have much meat here because they don't like to hunt.
Oh, well, I have some dried stuff here, and I'll take out my knife and
Yeah.
cut off a
As
piece
you're
for him.
as you're doing it, you see Valenthe softening as you're interacting with this little boy. And
Just share his food
Yeah.
and maybe take another bite of butterscotch and
yeah, he eats the beef jerky like you would expect a small child to eat candy.
so they don't. Is there nothing here to hunt?
A lot of the things here are really smart, and so they get mean. If you kill a chicken, then the chicken's brother could come and attack you in the night. This is for my brother. Buck, buck, buck.
This place is so strange.
And then it'd say, I'm a chicken.
Yeah. I'm a chicken, and you're gonna pay.
This place is so strange. But
Why? Yeah,
guess
because
you'd
where you come
probably-
from, chickens don't fight back, right?
they can fight, but they don't talk and they don't remember you.
Okay, so you have to kill the chicken and then run away, and then find another chicken a week later, so it doesn't know that you're the chicken killer.
A lot of people.
Do you wear a disguise when you hunt chickens?
A lot of people just keep them all in a cage, and then they just take one at a time.
Isn't
away
that
from
mean to the chicken?
I guess.
Because you could let them live their chicken life as long as they could, and then if you're better than them, then you get to eat them.
I mean, they captured a bunch and they keep them fed and give them a place to sleep, and
And that's okay?
that's the way that most people do it where I'm from.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, you'd probably think that a lot of things that I do are weird.
Mm-hmm. You didn't take a bath, did you? Mom says I have to take a bath every day.
Yeah, mums are like that.
And you get kicked under the table.
You probably should.
Mhm.
If you can, if it's available.
Yeah, if you don't take a bath every day, Valentine says, then you end up being like a no-good bad guy. Good people will come and hurt you if you don't take a bath every day.
More importantly, if you don't take a bath every day, the trolls will be able to smell you.
The trolls are scary.
Yeah. So you should take a bath every day.
Yeah, they come when the sun is when the sun is in the water.
When the sun is in the water.
So they sneak across the bridges. I saw one.
You saw one?
Yeah. Then it dived into the water and it took the seed out from the bottom.
Huh.
Somebody told it how to steal the seed. I think there's a bad guy in the court.
In the court?
Mm-hmm. I bet it's Fiddle Thump.
I look at Valentine.
She's like, she shakes her head.
I am immediately suspicious of Fiddle Thump.
Yeah.
Because
You have no idea who Fiddle Thump
Nope.
is, but
But I am suspicious of most things, and I
Mhm.
don't need much prodding to become suspicious. The boy says it's Fiddle Thump.
he says as he comes down after breakfast to your end of the. So Nalia says, I'll need about an hour to get ready, and then we'll need to take a leaf over to the Borsey March to get to Jenny's orchard.
Okay.
Sounds good, Olb.
Let me know if you do need anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're probably pretty good to go.
Do you have not like a steed, but something that I could ride that can fly?
Yes, but we wouldn't want to fly over the orchard.
You can't rent Pegasi.
I mean, I'm curious. She asked, why can't we fly over the orchard?
Because then the red caps will throw stuff at us and knock us out of the sky.
Do I know what a red cap is?
That's an Arcana check.
13.
13. Red cap is a mean fae. They look kind of like gnomes, but they like to soak their caps in the blood of their victims.
Yeah, let's not draw attention to ourselves via the red caps. I'll just, once she's gone for the hour, if you guys want to know, I'll just say, like, yeah, they look like little garden gnomes with red hats. Blood hats.
I got a 14 on Arcana, so she's like, red cap. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Let's not fly over, and let's keep our eye out for that. Oh, and Nalia gave us one of these for you, too. It's Fireball. Three uses. Have you used this before?
Nope, but I can probably figure it out.
Okay, then I won't tell you the instructions I was given.
So it has 3 uses. How long does it last?
So it lasts a minute each time you use it,
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
it takes an action to activate it.
Okay. I'm going to rub it on my hands.
Okay.
But not activate it.
No.
Ah, okay.
At the beginning of every fight, just...
Yeah.
Oh, that's so smart. I mean, it still will take the action to activate, but
Yeah.
then we... Yeah, maybe I'll just hang my rapier on my... If I put it in the sheath, though, would it pull the...
It is a little more viscous than you'd want to put in the sheath.
Okay, I'll apply it when I'm activating it, but that's cool. That's very cool.
Hey, this is Kirith from Ad-lib Heroes, and if you like Dungeons & Dragons and heavy metal, be sure to follow the contributing artists who wrote our intro and outro, Balragath, on all of their social media and their Bandcamp.
This is Grimlock Sea Spray. Joey's novel True Son of the Empire is on Amazon as a softcover or ebook.
So eventually Nalia comes back. She's now wearing a leather coat and leather pants, and she's got a short sword and a short bow with her. as well as there's a piece of jewelry she was wearing before that's like silver on her left wrist that circles around. She's still wearing it even though she's heading out into the wild.
Maybe her focus?
She says, yeah. So she flicks her wrist and the silver trickles up her arm and forms into a wand in her hand.
Very cool.
And then she flicks it back and it reforms into the bracelet.
Very nice.
That's super
That's
cool.
a much fancier version of my magic bracelet, my magic focus bracelet.
Yeah, well, all magic is basically the same. Like with panpipes, you'd still need the like long circles because it would be dangerous to. And she starts going into the math of how upsetting the magic of
the
the
geometry.
Music. Yeah. So you'd need to like wear a wind chime. So I don't know that would be as.
Well, and for me, the math makes more sense when it's put into music.
Right. You're right. Because music is basically, and she starts talking about how music is basically math.
Wait, so all of your magic requires just audio. I keep calling you a witch, but I guess you're not. How do you use magic?
I learn formulas and memorize them through music.
Huh.
Like this one I don't necessarily need music for, and I will bring my ring up, but I'll message to Nalia and just say, this one I know, and I'm speaking into the copper ring. This one I know the proper formula for. Memorized it well.
I was just assuming.
Does she reply at all?
So she thinks back, okay.
Yeah. So we can use that if we're planning on splitting up and sneaking around the trolls and stuff.
All right.
Just like staring at you expectantly.
What?
You're not gonna ask me.
You don't use magic. You're.
Somatic wizard.
You punch things.
Okay.
Or headbutt them.
I've seen some kicks.
Yeah, I don't know. Kicks are weird for him. He's got those stubby little legs. Mostly just full-on drop kicks.
They're cool.
They are cool.
So as you guys get ready to go, Valentine comes up to Kirith and goes, so you're actually doing this?
The spell can't lie, right?
Some people have an overinflated opinion of their own magic. You're going to want to keep an eye on her. She's more confident than she should be.
Will do.
Thank you.
Did she say that right in front? Or they were off to the
They
side?
were off to the side. So Nalia leads you across several of these bridges. And again, it's reflecting the night sky in the water now. And eventually you come to a dock and there are several large leaves floating on the water. These leaves could seat 5 people. And there are a series of water nymphs kind of playing around in the leaves. So as you approach, Nalia pulls out a piece of saltwater taffy. And a bunch of the nymphs come over and she's like, I need someone to take us to the edge of the Borsey. And one of them jumps up and grabs the candy and says, come to my leaf, come to my leaf.
Okay. This is so cool.
So you all sit on the like skin of the leaf, and the naiad behind it starts like flutter kicking behind it, pushing you along. Yeah. You're moving at a speed of about 50 per round, 50 feet per round.
We're like motorboating on a leaf.
And after about half an hour, you reach the shore of this huge overgrown bramble. So it is about 60 feet high. It is a mess of mangrove trees and vines with thorns on them and big ivies. But there are a series of tunnels through them that are like 20 feet across and 20 feet high.
Like tunnels through the vines, so
Yeah.
it's like built out of the plant.
Yes.
Cool.
Great.
So as you start walking, Nalia says, so we're going to want to make sure we avoid the giant boars that rut through here as much as we can.
Of course.
So should we try to be a little quieter?
As much as we can.
Okay. Everyone hold on a second.
Are we doing dirty magic?
Sure are.
Heck yeah.
All right. So I hold up my totem and reach into my spell component pouch and pull out a smaller pouch and like pour some ashes and and like look around and pick up a little stick and stir it and begin chanting. And the ashes the brown energy comes off of my totem, picks up the ashes, and it kind of like does the ashes then kind of do the camouflage paint on our faces and on our arms, and we all have pass without trace for the next hour or until I lose concentration.
All right.
So +10 on stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means.
Okay. Roll me a survival check, and I'm going to give you advantage with it because you're so hard to see as you head through.
22.
22. So yeah, as you're heading along, you get a very good look at one of these boars. It is, again, it is a 20-foot tall wild boar that is heading through and sniffing at the ground down one of the like tunnels that's running parallel to where you are. You see it through this side tunnel. It's got huge tusks that are the size of your torsos. And
Nope.
Would not want to be caught by that in the middle of the night.
No.
Mhm. So you continue onward, and eventually you reach the edge of these brambles. In the distance, you start seeing rows of trees that are completely evenly planted. The trees get bigger and bigger the further back they go until some of them are basically skyscraper-sized trees.
Oh, so it like angles up from the brambles?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And there are a group of raven men sitting inside the edge of the tunnel looking out at the trees, and they are chattering to each other.
Are they speaking in common?
They are making sound effects.
Do I know what these raven men are?
You can roll an Arcana or a History check.
I have I'm better at history. So. Oh no, I'm better at Arcana. I have a 23.
23. These are Kenku. They are a cursed race. They lost the ability to create on their own and lost the ability to fly. So most of them live as scavengers and thieves now.
I'll kind of pull the group together and just say, "Hey, Nalia, do the Kenku work for Jenny?"
I don't know. It could go either way. They could be here to steal from her.
Should we approach them and try to talk to them?
We can? I mean, they're usually pretty easy to buy.
Money?
Yeah, I mean, I only brought like 6 pounds of saltwater taffy with me.
Okay. Okay. I think maybe we approach and try to talk to them.
Yeah. If they can't create anything, doesn't that mean that they can't lie?
Oh no, they can lie.
Okay.
They can't create material things.
Oh, okay. In that case, do you guys want to like kind of startle them, and so they don't have a time to like think of a lie to tell, so it'd be more obvious if they.
I mean, if we're trying to get them on our side, though, surprising them might make them suspicious of us.
Are they
That's
like
fair.
directly in our path, or?
Yeah, they're at the end of the tunnel you guys have been traveling on.
Okay.
We could just like the whisper, since seem like we're pretty good hidden. We could be like, hey, do you want something special? And like try to call them over to us.
Yeah, if you can get close to one on the edge, they usually aren't super loyal to their groups.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll do it. And then if things go wrong, you guys can help me out.
Okay, roll your stealth roll with advantage.
Or because Path Without a Trace is
It's +10.
Plus
It's not
Oh, plus 10,
advantage.
sorry. Yeah, not advantage.
So 27.
Okay, so yeah, you get right up to one of the kenku on the edge.
Hey, do you want to help me? I could give you something special.
And you hear in your own voice, it goes, something special.
Follow.
So it follows you.
I try to keep my discomfort with it low, and then I bring it over to the group.
Okay.
Do you like something sweet or something shiny?
And in your own voice, it says, shiny.
I pull out, I guess copper. Is copper as shiny as silver, as shiny as gold?
Silver is shinier than copper.
Okay. I pull out 10 silver.
Okay.
Something shiny. Does he look like he is interested in the
He's
thing?
watching it carefully, but again, he's got a raven's head, so it's kind of like the sideways
Mm-hmm.
random flicking motion.
Are you here to help Jenny or hurt her?
So he thinks for a second, and then in your own voice says, hurt.
Are your friends the same or different?
And in your own voice, the same.
Okay. Can you and your friends help us for more shiny?
So in your own voice, it goes, help, and then makes a shrug motion.
Oh, how should we have them help us?
So then it starts to make a noise like, you know, the sound of metal running along the wall?
Oh.
And then it points back to where the rest of them are gathered. And then it it takes its hands up near its face and starts making like a creeping walking motion. And it makes that metal on metal sound. And then points back to the end of the tunnel.
Something dangerous up that way?
And in your own voice, something dangerous.
Okay. So I hand him the 10 silver.
And he very quickly like hides it on his person.
You can introduce us to your friends.
And he nods.
Okay. We have more shiny for everyone. So let's go up to the edge, but we'll be quiet.
Okay. So he walks up to the rest of them and he says, in your own voice, we have more shiny for everyone, and points back to towards where you guys are.
Okay.
And one of them comes forward and he bows a little and then he points to himself, and when he opens his mouth, it's a sound like sand falling out of someone's hand back onto the ground. And he points to another one, and when this one opens its mouth, out comes the sound of like metal striking on a forge. Points to another one, and when he opens his mouth, this one lets out the sound of like a drum being hit. All their names are sound effects.
I will call you Sandfall. I will call you Metal Clink. And I will call you Matt the drummer.
And there's several more, but
Yeah.
let's name 3 and the rest can be the chorus.
Yeah. we have sand, metal.
Sand forged drum.
Sand forged drum. So I think if there's something dangerous over there, if you all could does the something dangerous, would it follow sound?
So he points over there, and about every 40 feet, there is a scarecrow on a little stick in the orchard, and each of the scarecrows has a sickle dangling in its like loose gloved hand.
Mm.
I'll kind of look out and pretty sure I know, and look back at the kenku and like prick my finger with my knife and like show the blood and point at my head. Is that the bloodheads? Red caps?
Red caps?
So they start shaking their heads.
Jenny made?
They start nodding.
Yeah. Jenny made these.
Just straight up scarecrows for the...
Well, that move on their own or something. Do you guys have more silver? I have about 20 more silver.
Yeah, I got lots.
Yeah, I think so.
But, I mean, what do we want these guys to do?
Distract.
So one of them, the one Metal Forge, opens his mouth and he lets out a sound like, again, that metal on metal, not his name, but the like scary sound they make, and then lets out a blood-curdling scream and mimes falling to the ground.
You're worried they would kill you?
He nods.
Mm.
These crowmen are afraid of the scarecrows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Well, they could still help us if we fixed the scarecrow problem.
Yeah? If we want to do that.
I feel like we probably are going to have to deal with them.
Yeah, they might. They might just. I don't know. They might be magical. They might attack us regardless. I have no idea.
Nalia says, I assume they'll probably hurt anything that comes into the field that doesn't work for Jenny.
Yeah.
Okay. Will you help us break the scarecrows?
They all start chattering to each other, and they seem to be very, very nervous as they speak in their weird sound effect language.
I can heal people. I can heal Kenku. So if you get hurt, I can help.
So they start nodding, but they don't look like they quite believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we just deal with these and then we get, once that's free, we get them to help us with something else.
Well, if I remember from my studies right, trolls are smart enough to go investigate a sound, but not smart enough necessarily to realize. So they could definitely help us with the trolls, especially because then they can get away and still make sounds. And
Yeah.
I wonder if we can get the troll to speak so that they can hear what the troll sounds like. Get them to pick up that tone, and then I can translate to them, and then they can like say it as a troll. Maybe we could trick the troll.
Yep.
With a perfect troll voice.
I mean, yeah. It wouldn't really matter if they understood what they were saying. They're just mimicking.
Well, like to make them have a thing to say rather than the same thing back.
Yeah.
so first, let's figure out what these scarecrows are doing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
We can try to sneak.
So the scarecrows are about 100 feet from the edge of the Borsey Groves.
And
How many are there?
There's one every 40 feet, and there is a long, long line of them.
we think that the trolls are beyond the orchard.
So when you're speaking to Natalie, she says, if the trolls are working for Jenny, Jenny lives in the center of the orchard.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll try to get as close as I can to
Try to sneak
one
up
of
on them.
these scarecrows.
Okay.
Because honestly, knowing what I know about the Fey Wild and about the creatures we've encountered so far, it's just as likely that these are just scarecrows. And that, I don't know, there might be an enchantment on them, and it's just two literally scarecrows. We'll see.
So as you start heading out from the edge of the Borsey, it was daylight as you walked out of the tunnels, but as you start reaching the first line of trees, dusk is falling, and it is night when you are 30 feet beyond the edge of the Borsey.
Okay. Okay.
So you're sneaking up on the nearest scarecrow?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me stealth.
I would also like to, once I'm on like this path out of the Borsey, look around to see if there's any giant footprints, any sign of trolls moving about.
Okay, so you can also roll me survival tracking.
So stealth plus 10 is, oh wow, that's a 1933.
No one has ever seen you.
And I also have Mask of the Wild, so
Yeah.
I can get right up there.
Yeah.
And survival, 24.
Yeah, there are big clawed footprints in the ground from some kind of giant.
Okay.
So you get right up to this being sitting on, again, the sort of stand you put a scarecrow on where there's a bar for its arms to rest against. And you see that the sickle is tied into its hand. And there is a platform for its feet to be on, but its feet are dangling past it.
And with like the crossbar that it's on, is it like, does it look like the thing is holding itself up and it's just leaning against the bar? Or is it like a scarecrow where it's like tied out?
It's a scarecrow, but it doesn't look tied. It's balanced to hold itself up by its own weight, but it does not seem to be exerting any sort of, like, not like a human, but like it could be stuffed full of straw and just sitting there.
And the sickle is tied into its hand?
Yeah.
Can I get right up to it?
Yes.
Yeah, if it's just like balanced on there, I'll try to just push it off the post.
Okay. So, yeah, you push it off the post and knock it to the ground. As it falls to the ground, you see the two scarecrows 40 feet in either other direction. Their heads suddenly jump to and turn towards Kirith, and the one on the ground starts to like awkwardly lift itself
Yeah,
up.
there it is.
As you hear, it sounds like there's something clattering inside it beyond straw.
Metal grinding.
No, it actually sounds like something hollow knocking against something else hollow.
Oh. I thought that might have been what the corvids were. Nope.
But
Okay.
as it stands up, it runs its sickle along its other forearm, and that's when you hear the grind.
There it is.
So let's draw initiative.
Yeah, they're real. Guys, they're not just scarecrows.
You know what sucks is Olivia doesn't know that it turns into night yet, so she's gonna walk in and then be like, "Ah, crap! I gotta spend a turn to
Oh, yeah,
light
you're
a
like-
light."
You're like 40 feet away from me and it's daytime to you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So first is Nalia, who flicks her wrist to get the wand, and then a little blast of fire comes off the wand and goes flying at the scarecrows. She has a critical failure, so I'm going to roll again. Kirith does a 7 hit your armor class.
It sure doesn't.
So a bolt flies real close to your face of fire.
Yo!
And next is Olivia. So you're 100 feet away from these scarecrows.
I will move my 30 feet.
Okay. It is not yet dark, but it is getting dusk.
That's odd. So if I move my 30 feet, I'm within my short range of my,
You're 70 feet away.
yeah, 180 is short range for like crossbow, right? So.
'Kay.
180?
I think it might be 80.
80.
Yeah.
And I'm 70 now.
Yeah.
So, I just want to see how far Bardic Inspiration goes. 60 feet. So I cannot give it to
Kirith.
Gareth. I will give a Bardic Inspiration to Grimlock, who's behind me at this moment. Because now I get it back after a short rest. And I will shoot a crossbow bolt.
At the one on the left, the one on the right, or the prone one in front of Kirith.
It's harder to hit prone targets with.
Let's hit the one on the left.
'Kay.
Does a 20, and 20. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And then it is 1d8 plus
Your
plus
dex mod.
dexterity.
2.
Sick.
Nice.
Left.
Oh, max damage, 10.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, your arrow goes into it and sticks out of it. While it does react to it getting hit, it just kind of like flumps back a little bit. It doesn't look like this is the most concerning thing that's ever happened to it.
Yeah. It looks like I shot a straw person with an arrow.
Yeah. Kirith, it is your turn.
It's prone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna two-handed swing my longsword.
Okay, you get advantage.
Natural 20.
Nice.
For 19 slashing.
Okay.
Whoa.
And again, as you cut into it and some straw comes out and a couple of random bones.
Oh, yep. I'm actually probably more comfortable with that. It's like yeah, that's how magic works. Oh, God, that's how magic works.
So the one in front of Kirith.
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
That was just my action.
Yeah.
After swinging it with two hands, can I item interaction to draw my shield?
No,
Because that's supposed to be
balance.
the trade-off of swinging in two hands. Can they take it?
Actually, no, it would make sense because the thing is you couldn't keep doing it because you'd have to drop your shield again. So
Yeah.
This one time, yeah.
Okay, so start of a fight, I can totally do that.
Yeah.
And then I will... You can attack from the ground, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not going to try to back up. I'm just going to hold my shield out. And I don't want to risk him swinging that sickle at me.
Okay. So it then goes, it stands up and tries to hit you with that sickle. Or actually, it looks you right in the eye. And even though it's got a sackcloth head, there's glowing yellow where eyes should be.
Oh, good.
You need to make a wisdom savings throw.
Okay. Is this a charm?
This is a frightening effect.
Okay. 22.
22. Okay, you are fine.
My only good saving throw.
Yeah. And then the two others come rushing towards you. So you have 3 scarecrows on you now, but they have to dash to get there. So when they move their heads towards them, and then when they start to run, they like step up onto that platform where their feet could be and then take off. And they are running with their sides low on the ground as they head towards
dragging
them behind them. Sparks rising from the dirt.
Like unnatural movements, like legs flying over each other. And
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Then it is Grimlock's turn.
Cool. Do I have to dash to make it there in time?
So they are 100 feet away.
Oh, okay. I can make it there if I use...
I thought it was...
Because I ran 30 and was 70 feet away.
Oh, right.
Okay, so I'm going to... run, dash, and step of the wind.
Okay. Now, does Step of the Wind further increase your movement, or it increases your jump distance?
It gives
Right.
me an additional dash. Actually, let
Okay.
me just...
I think it lets you dash as a bonus or something.
Yeah, dash is a bonus
Okay,
action.
so you can move 3 times your move. So is that 90 feet or more?
105.
Okay, so yeah, you're right up in there now.
Cool.
So yeah, Grimlock goes flying like a fast streak across.
And I get to jump twice as far as I normally would.
Mhm.
So I want to try and like jumping kick like whoever is closest to
Yeah.
swinging at Kirith.
You don't have an attack this turn though, because you're dashing and bonus action, right?
So I have two actions now.
Extra attack only works if you take the attack action. You get 2 attacks.
Yeah,
you don't get to trade an attack.
It
for
isn't an extra action. It is your attack action is 2 attacks.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
Not
Okay.
a problem.
I made the exact same error. Like for the first 3 characters I made in this system.
In that case, I think I'm probably unless. No, I have to take the attack. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So Nalia tries another firebolt at the one that Olivia hit with an arrow or with a bolt. This time she has a natural 20.
Yay!
Yay.
Crits.
So she does 9 damage, except these things are vulnerable to fire.
Yeah.
So it doubles again. So this thing is a Inferno right now, but it is still up. Then it is Olivia's turn.
Does the crossbow take a turn to load?
It takes a bonus action to load.
Okay.
Unless you have crossbow expert.
So I assume since last turn I used my bonus action, I've been running with a loaded crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will take my bonus action to load it, and I will run another 30 feet.
Okay, it is dark now. There is only one you can see, because one of them, actually, you can see because one of them is a flaring bonfire right now.
There's a lot of fire going. There's a lot of light over here.
But the one on fire looks like it might be down.
No, it is still up. It has taken damage, but it is not.
I will aim for another one, though.
Okay. The one on the right or the one in the center?
The one on the right.
Okay.
Does a 13 hit?
Yes, it does.
He takes 10 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Then it is Kirith.
Okay. Seeing how effective the fire was, I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
So in this like mess, this like little melee, like just behind us, like with Grimlock now over on the side and the scarecrows and one of them on fire over here, over on my other side, just kind of like behind us, I suppose. I'll summon, and the material component is tallow, a pinch of brimstone, and some powdered iron. So like, is tallow like a candlewick or?
Yeah, it's like wax type stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so like reach in, pull out all of my things out of my spell component pouch and kind of just throw them behind me.
You want them behind you and not behind the scarecrows?
I suppose it doesn't matter. Like I can move it as a bonus action, so it, like, and it can move like 30 feet. Like it'll roll around
Right.
to wherever.
Okay, so you're casting it behind you and then rolling it around.
And then like bringing my arm up to throw it into one of the scarecrows.
Okay, which one?
So
if you don't choose the one on the right or the one on the left, the problem is you'll end your turn within 5 feet of the sphere if you choose the one in the center.
Is it within 5 feet? Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, I thought it was if I thought.
You can ram it into people, but it's also if they end their turn next to it.
Right.
Which is why I would generally cast it kind of kitty corner so it's within 5 feet of two of them.
I didn't realize that that it did damage outside of its own radius. Cool. Then I'll roll it 30 feet kind of around so it's hits one and is 5 feet from
5 feet
the
behind.
center one.
Yeah. Okay. So which one are you hitting?
I guess the one that Nalia hasn't ignited.
Okay, that's the one on the right.
Yeah, so the one on the right, I'll ram it into that guy.
Okay.
And I want these guys to stay put so that I want them to stay put, and if I move, they might follow and ignore the fire, or not take fire damage. So let's do that.
Okay.
And action was casting, bonus action was moving it around.
You'd still have the chance to ram it as the bonus action.
Yeah. If you're on the stern of the creature must make a saving throw versus the sphere, a dexterity saving throw versus the sphere's damage.
Does a 2 make it?
Sure don't.
This means pass without trace fails because these are both concentration spells.
Yeah. You are correct. And it takes 4 fire damage.
Okay.
So
again,
8.
it flares up. All right. And then that is your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So the one on the right that you just hit, so that it won't end its turn with the flames, it takes a step forward because that won't give it no attack of opportunity.
Okay.
And then it tries to stab upon you with its sickle. Does a critical miss hit?
Sure don't.
So you can use your reaction to hit it if you'd like.
I guess, yeah, because it's not going to drop the thing that's tied to its arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Something I haven't been doing, but I just kind of realized a minute ago. When I cast, I don't have Warcast or anything,
All
so
right.
I would have had to like drop my
Drop your
shield.
shield.
So I guess I swing in 2 hands again.
Okay.
So, but still, a 2 wouldn't have hit me
Mhm.
without my shield.
Yeah, a critical miss would still miss you.
11.
That hits.
Oh wow, sweet.
Not a lot of armor on a scare.
For 5 damage, 5 slashing.
Okay. And it gets a second attack with the sickle.
Oh no.
It has a 15 to hit you.
Yeah, that'll hit.
'Kay.
That would hit me even if I had my shield.
That does 4 slashing damage. And you need to make a wisdom savings throw. As the blade sinks into you and you start seeing an empty, endless abyss of just staring out over a sea of trees.
Oh, cool. 17.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh yeah, the tree abyss. Everyone's seen that.
So the one that is on fire right now, it is closest. It is right up to both of you. But if it could knock Grimlock down, then it could escape the fire behind it, which it wants to.
Mm.
So first, it tries to stab Grimlock
Great.
with a critical failure. So you can use your reaction to attack if you'd like.
I would like to. I'm going to swing two-handed with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
With a 24 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll your damage.
So 11 damage, and I think I get to actually just have to make sure that it's with. Oh, it has to be with a flurry. Never mind.
'Kay.
So I give it a knock to where its ribs should be.
Yeah.
Just like a little bat.
Yeah. And you just like puff into a bag of leaves, basically. It hoofs, but it still tries to hit you again. With a 17 this time
17 hits.
for 6 damage, and you need to make a wisdom save.
So 20 for the wisdom save. Oh,
'Kay.
Yeah, 20.
So yeah, as it cuts you, you see the eternity of staring out over a field of trees, but you're like, wait, that's not me.
Look how tall these dummies are.
And it successfully makes the saving throw because it's within 5 feet of the orb.
Okay.
So I think that's half damage.
I think so too. Just let me double check. On a failed, or half as much damage on a successful one. Yep. So 8, so 4, so 8.
Yeah. So it bursts, like the fire on it just increases and it hits the ground as a smoldering pile of straw, and there's a bunch of charred bones left on the ground. Not a full skeleton's worth, just random charred bones.
And not all, and obviously not all from the same skeleton.
I mean, you couldn't tell. You haven't put it together.
Oh, I mean, like, I assume we're seeing, like, well, that's clearly, like, a human leg bone, and that's a cow skull.
And then the center one is trying to hit Kirith. A 13 to hit.
Shields give +2, right?
You don't have your shield right
yeah,
now.
I know. That's why I
Yeah,
think
shields
mine's-
give +2.
So then, yeah, 13 hits.
Okay, so that is 6 damage. You'll need to make a concentration save to keep the spear up.
That's just a
Con save.
Constitution save.
Yeah.
20.
Okay, and then a wisdom savings throw as you see the field again.
16.
Okay, and then it tries once again to hit you and has a 9 this time.
And that time I parry.
And then it has a 13 on its savings throw versus the sphere.
And my spell save DC is 15.
Okay.
So it takes 6, so 12.
12? Okay. So there's another burning scarecrow.
Fire is great against everything
Yeah.
from Jenny, apparently.
Grimlock, it is your turn.
Okay, so he's currently in the fire.
He's not in the fire, but it has lit him on fire from behind.
Okay.
So you can hit him or you can circle around Kirith, but the one that's on fire would get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay. I'm going to hit him twice with my... Actually, can I split up my...
Your attack? Yes, you can hit one, and then if he goes down, circle around and hit the other.
Okay. Cool.
You get 2 attacks, but you are allowed to split them.
Okay. What about... can I attack, use the first half of Flurry of Blows, attack someone else, and use the second half? Is that
Yep.
a thing?
You could do that.
Amazing. Okay, I want to smack this guy. Actually, I want to basically two-hand swing and try and break one of his arms off.
Okay.
And I rolled an 18.
That'll hit.
For 10 damage.
Okay. So you smack him hard in the arm, but again, it's a bag sewn, like it's clothing stuffed with straw. So the arm does not come off.
And then I want to try to kick him into the
sphere.
fire.
Okay.
Oh, he has a pretty narrow base. I don't know if I'm going to hit him.
You do have Bardic Inspiration, which at this level is a D8, and I gave that to you on the first round of combat. So if you wanted to.
Perfect. Okay, so 14 plus 7, so 21.
That'll hit.
And kick is only D4.
It isn't D6 yet at this level?
Oh, it is. Thank you. Time to roll lower. Nope. So 8 damage, and he has to make a strength saving throw.
He has an 8.
8 fails. He gets so he gets kicked up to 15 feet. Can I choose how far?
Yeah.
Cool. I want to send him smack dab in the middle of the orb.
Okay. So I feel like he gets a dex savings throw as though
Sure.
he does not make it.
Oh, boy. More. 8, so 16.
So he burns all up.
And I'd like to go over to the next guy.
Yeah. You run around Kirith so you're away from the fire.
Just zooming all the way along.
Yeah.
And do the...
The same move, bow, staff, then kick.
Yeah. Although I'm probably just going to swing for this guy's head.
Okay.
And first swing probably misses. It's a 12.
That'll hit.
Oh.
Oh, I guess we didn't need the Bardic Inspiration, but
Yeah.
I wanted it.
I felt very inspired, don't worry.
Good.
So 5 damage on that.
Okay.
And to try to kick him in, it's only a 10.
10 doesn't hit.
Okay.
So yeah, you kick him in the stomach, but it just poofs inward. Okay. Now we are back to the top. So Nalia tries another firebolt. She has a 14, which is enough. And so she does 10 damage to it because it is vulnerable to fire. So then it is Olivia.
I'm going to spend my turn, although now I'm in darkness, but these guys look like they kind of have it. I'm going to see if I can see the next. So I guess not the scarecrow that would be 40 feet away, but 80 feet, and then on both sides and see, like,
Okay, roll me a perception check.
do I have, like, disadvantage or something?
Yeah, because of the darkness.
The darkness.
The darkness.
Oh, God. My perception is a 1. Rolled a 2 and a 5. So 3.
They're coming.
Oh, okay. They're coming. So that's my action. Then I will use my bonus action. Can't tell if this is actually really helping my crossbow, but I'll use my bonus action to reload my crossbow and my movement to get it within 10 feet of Kirith and Grimlock. Be
Okay.
kind of behind them in a V.
And we might need to check it on crossbows. It might not take your bonus action. It might be the loading means that you can only fire once per turn unless you have. We'll double check that though.
Okay, that's fine. I don't want to spend.
We'll do it
inspiration
after the
right
game.
now.
So then next is Kirith.
So there's one left standing.
Yep.
I will ram. First, I'll use my bonus action to ram this thing with the
Okay.
flaming sphere.
It has a 20 to save.
Okay, so it saves, so it takes half damage. So 10, so 5, so 10.
That burns it up.
And I guess I'll do the same. I'll look out at where we saw the other scarecrows coming from.
Okay.
Or not coming from, but where we knew they
Standing.
were standing.
Could I use a free action just to be like, they are coming?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I'd still try to spot them.
Yeah.
Natural 20 on perception.
They aren't moving at all.
They're on their way in. Get ready.
You can't see in the dark, right?
There's light.
We're fine.
When you get the last one down, the Kenku start running deeper into the orchard past the hole in the scarecrow's defenses.
Haha! Go wreak havoc, friends.
They get to the first set of trees that are about 10 feet tall, and they start climbing up into them to pick fruit from them.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
Well, now we have a like 80-foot hole in her defenses to come through,
Mhm.
which is good.
Yeah, we can get into the orchard now and not. This is the way that the trolls came, by the way.
Oh.
Hmm.
How can you tell? I'm looking like up around.
What's wrong with her, says Nalia.
Grimlock, not enough potatoes?
Yeah, not enough.
What are potatoes?
They're berries that come from the ground.
Are they like covered in dirt?
Oh, yeah.
That's disgusting.
No, it's nice.
They kind of have the texture of apples, but they're not sweet.
They bite into them
Yeah.
just like it.
I mean, apples are kind of bland.
Okay.
I will light a torch, and I could.
I mean, like, I have this giant ball of fire, but it's going to go away. Oh, it's gone.
Well, if we're trying to sneak, it wouldn't be too weird to see like a floating torch in this area. So I could totally just go invisible, and then you guys can sneak farther away from me if you want, if you can see easily, or
I mean, we can stay with you in case anything comes for your torch.
Yep. I mean,
Everything here seems to hate fire, so I'm pretty good. Actually, you could hit things with your torch. They might not come to you if you've got a torch because they're all afraid of fire.
that's true. And if I'm invisible, then they won't be like, "Oh, it's just a human girl. That's easy pickings." They'll
Yeah,
be like,
just-
"It's a floating torch."
Just like tell them you're a panther.
Great, I can do that.
I never thought of that.
So yeah, I light a torch on one of these scarecrow bodies.
Yeah.
I'll wait until I feel like I need to turn invisible, but
So as you get closer to the Kenku up in the tree, in Olivia's voice, one of them says, "Something sweet?"
do you guys want some fruit?
I absolutely do
As-
not want
as you
any
are
fruit
looking
from
up,
a heg.
Whatever fruit they're growing is bone white in these trees.
No, and neither do any of you.
No, thank you. You take what you want and follow us?
One of them says in your own voice, "Follow."
So at least they'll be around. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they're not super strong, but I mean, you guys are strong.
We don't know that. They're
Uh,
just afraid of scarecrows. That makes sense.
Can I make a medicine check to see, like, if those apples are gonna like kill those guys?
Yep.
Okay.
Does anyone find it a little on the nose that Jenny Bag of Bones guards are bags of bones?
Maybe that's why they call her Bag of Bones.
Oh,
So 24.
24. They were desperate to get at this. Like it is probably something, if it's not okay for them to eat, it's magic.
Okay.
They've probably gotten it before. The scarecrows were to keep them from doing it again.
Oh, I see.
So as you continue walking further in, every 150 feet, it cycles through day and night.
Oh my god.
Actually, I'll bite. I want to try one of the apples before we go.
So as you pull it, it feels kind of sandy in your hand, and when you pull it down, it is a tiny white skull.
Horrifying.
Do you actually try this apple?
Yeah.
So you take a bite, and it tastes like Rocket's Halloween candy. For American listeners, Smarties. For Canadian listeners, no, Rockets. Our Smarties are much better than American Smarties.
Probably.
It's just pure sugar.
Yeah.
Hand it to Kirith. Yeah, your son's gonna want this. Take it home for him.
No.
No, trust me, he's gonna love it.
No, trust me, Valente will kill me if I try to feed him a skull.
That's fair. Hand it back,
Yeah.
and I go.
Yeah, it shatters easily in your hand, and like little sugar crystals fall to the ground.
Crush it into dust and slap it onto Kira's back like a powdered donut.
The white hand of Sour Grimlock of Sugarman.
Sugar hand.
So as you continue onwards, there's something blurry in the distance. And we're going to call it there.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't like when silly goes scary.
No, I actually really like it. This is the most scared that I've been in one of Joey's games since the Wendigo, and it's like specifically these last two episodes. It's like
It's you're doing very well for to make it like that silly, bizarre, but also this could turn eldritch horror from beyond the stars at any moment.
It's fairy tales, but it's like grim fairy tales.
Yeah.
without him saying anything, the violins playing the what is it called, the like dissonance, like the
dissonant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting what is it? What's that stupid instrument that's in every horror space movie with that you don't actually touch?
Theremin.
Yeah,
A theremin, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's that like Olivia's trying to cling to that like, well, no, like they talked about it, they booed and hissed, like
They're silly and happy and dramatic. Like,
and then,
yeah.
yeah, and like there were actual bones in that skeleton, and these trees are growing skulls.
Yep.
Oh man.
But when you have problems with birds, with crowmen, you put up scarecrows.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of defaulted. Like, as soon as he started repeating me, I'm like, okay, if I give him or choices, it makes it easier for him to talk to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's, like, a high charisma thing, is, like, being able to get on another person's level really quickly and easily is, like...
Yeah, I dig it.